Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here in the Panhandle, Florida. The live stream has started a little bit late, and I apologize for that. But we were hungry, so we had our dinner, and now we're back on the live stream. Karina's doing stuff out back, and she should be joining us shortly. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. But I'm in Louisiana for work. So you flew to Louisiana from Washington State for work. That's great. Hopefully you're making lots of money in Louisiana. Chris and Emil, thanks. Welcome back on the live. No worries. Karina's going to be here with us soon. She's catching up with stuff out back. And I started the live stream about 17 minutes late because we were eating and we were hungry. So we got some food. So we're good. We had like a roast. I made a roast chicken with some roast potatoes and some cabbage, boiled cabbage, and some stuffing. And it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And made gravy too. I made some, well, not homemade, but I've made the gravy. Trying to get my shirt squared away. So I made some gravy and put it in on top of the food. It was good. So we're here for you. This is your YouTube channel. I answer all your K1 visa questions, your green card questions, your tourist visa questions, whatever questions you have, spousal visa, etc., etc. And it's all good. I've got 9 years experience doing this, and you guys know that already. Most of you already know that. 9 years of experience, but I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice, and I don't work for the government. I do this for free to help you guys get your visas. And Larry Piercy, our Marine Corps friend. Hi, Diego. Several attempts to get on the calendar. Got 72 hours timed out. Keep looking. Bangkok, Thailand is busy right now. They're busy. I already know that the embassy there is not gonna. No, they're not gonna let you in because they're busy. You got to keep trying and keep looking. Bangkok, Thailand right now is backlogged. Okay, so keep looking. Tina, your husband got something. What did your husband get, Tina? Approved on his green card. Thank you for your help. No problem. No problem. That's why we're here. We want to see everybody get their green card, get their K1 visas, get to the United States of America, so you guys can get married and get your life started. And then somebody was asking me questions. How long can I stay out of the United States on my green card? Well, the question should be, how long do you want to stay in the United States on your green card? I'm serious. If you get married to an American and you got your green card, this is America's where you're going to live, But the maximum you can stay out of the United States is 179 days. Don't go past 180 days because then you're going to have a bit of a problem. You will have a problem getting back in. And don't go past a year. If you go over 365 days, your green card will be terminated by the Border Patrol. But when you get married, come to America and become an American. Let me see. S. Bay, salute to everybody. What's going on, S. Bay? And Tina, congratulations on the green card approval. That's fantastic. Larry Piercy wrote a really sweet letter. I am sure they will appreciate. Okay. Kamira 1, hello, Diego. How are you? Where's Karina? Karina's in the back. She just got done eating. I finished first. I washed my plate. And Karina isn't just savoring over the food. She's enjoying her dinner that I made for her today. Jay Baxter, I think Bangkok is the only embassy in Thailand that do interviews. The one in Chiang Mai doesn't do interviews. No, there's only one place to get a K1 visa interview in Thailand. That's in Bangkok at the embassy, not in Chiang Mai. Rambling Man, Kayadan, good evening. I got approved for the visa in Manila, but the next day I checked the SIAC, it's back in 221G for the third time. They couldn't find my divorce certificate. Well, I know you provided it because you told me you did. They just got to find it. They'll find it. Fazak checked our status yesterday and lo and behold, it said application sent to the State Department. The missus is very happy. The next step begins. Fazak, you're getting there. You're almost there. You're getting there. Not much longer. Larry Pierce, you got to go cap letters. I can't see. Go ahead. Larry, if you're having problems looking and seeing, go with capital letters. We're good. Tina, oh, that's why Diego Crina is enjoying eating. I was wondering where she was. I made dinner. Okay, I made dinner. I made like a roast chicken. I made roast potatoes, boiled cabbage, made some gravy, and it was good. She's finishing up. SBay got the K1 FTP. Fortunate enough, that's the welcome letter. What's next? Wait for the ready status. How will one know? This is how it works. Now you've got the K1 FTP letter. Send a copy of that email to your beneficiary in the home country, because they will need it. Your beneficiary will need it in order to schedule the medical exam. In some countries, in Colombia, they need the welcome letter. And now what you're going to do is you're going to wait. You're now going to wait for the in transit and the ready status from the U.S. Embassy. That's what you're going to do. Okay, you got it? SBay. Now you're waiting for in transit and ready status. And then the embassy, when the embassy gets ready for you, as soon as you get the ready status, send them an email and say, hey, I got my ready status. What do I do now? And hopefully they send you the packet 3, packet 4 email with the directions on how to schedule the interview, pay the visa fee and all that. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on? How's everything in upstate New York? Jay Baxter, hey Larry, how much did your medical exam cost in Thailand? That's a good question. Larry Pearson, the advice, wait until get a message to attempt. That's correct. You got to be patient. There was a person who called the embassy in Thailand, and they shared the conversation with me, and the embassy in Thailand told this person they are very busy right now. And to keep looking for openings on the interviews calendar. Rambling Man, Kayadan, had to call my 2 senators a week later. They find my divorce decree in somebody else's file. Now I got to wait for them to remove the 221G again, starting to think they are messing with my case on purpose. No. Rambling Man, Kayadan, they're not messing with you on purpose, okay? Honestly, they're people. They're human beings like we are, you know? Everybody makes mistakes sometimes. Even consul officers, immigration do. They make mistakes. They don't mean to. It's just that they get overwhelmed sometimes and they just make mistakes. But they'll fix it. They'll fix it. Fazak, your words and help have been invaluable and much appreciated. Thanks. No problem, Fazak. You're there, man. You're almost there. I started a bit late, okay, but we had dinner late, and Karina is finishing up her dinner right now. Larry Piercy went for the medical yet. Okay. Francois, USCIS received my box of documents yesterday, and I got an electronic signature that it was received this morning. I get notification from USCIS that they received my response, and they're working on the case again back in the queue. That's exactly what I said was going to happen, right? Francois, didn't I say that's what's going to happen? I did. Now, and they're doing exactly what I said they're going to do, what I said they were going to do. Now you're back in the queue. Just hang in there. Give them time to process the RFE. Larry Piercy, so how long before these games are done? You got to keep looking. There's no games. The embassy in Thailand are busy. Just imagine you're on the interstate in Los Angeles and you're trying to drive 5 miles. It's going to take you 3 hours to go 5 miles because it's backed up, right? That's what it is. You're on the interstate in Los Angeles. Now, if you were on the interstate in, let's say, Montana, you don't have a line of people. So things move along pretty quick. So some embassies are busier than other embassies. That's just the way the cookie rolls. But you're going to get the K1 visa. You're going to get her an appointment, and you're going to get reunited sooner rather than later. Okay? You just got to be patient. Took 22 months for Karina to come to the United States. 22 months. But she got here. We got married on the beach in Florida, and she's happy as a clam, and we're just waiting on her green card. Probably get it by the end of July, somewhere in there, middle of August at the latest. We're just being patient. Karina gets to experience her first hot, sweaty summer in Florida. She's used to living in the mountains of Bogota, Colombia, where it's cool. You know, it's like 60, 65, 70 degrees all year round. In Bogota, they don't have seasons. There's no winter, summer, spring, or autumn in Bogota. It's all one climate. It's just 60 to 65 degrees and fresh. That's what the climate's like in Bogota. Larry Piercy, I love patience like I love root canals. Well, hopefully you don't have to have a root canal. I got all my dental work done in Bogota, Colombia. I with Karina. Karina got her dental work done. I got my dental work done in Bogota. We had a great doctor, Norbert. My dentist is from Cuba. He got the heck out of Cuba because of the horrible conditions there by the communist government. He relocated to Venezuela. Venezuela turned into a communist dictatorship, so he got out of Venezuela and relocated to Colombia. See, and he's got a business, he's got a dental practice, and he's making all kinds of money, doing great. He's my dentist, and he took care of my dental work for me and Karina's before I left there to come to the United States. Because the dentist here wanted to charge me $6,000, close to $7,000 just to fix my two front teeth. And I got it done in Colombia for $1,200 for everything, including a root canal, a teeth cleaning, and and 4 fillings that he found, which I didn't know I had, but he took care of that, $1,200. So I got all my dental work done. Larry Piercy, so how far out will they be out on appointments, do you think? I think probably June. By June, you should be getting in there. The latest in July. Rambling Man Kaya Dan, when my case did get a show approved, is it normal for the K2C Act to say application received? Yeah. You got a K1 and a K2, but when you got your NOA1 letter, the K2 didn't show up on the NOA1 letter. When you got the NOA2 letter, the K2 didn't show up on the NOA2 letter, right? There was no mention of the K2. But you got to make sure when you schedule the visa interview that, like you did, you schedule for the K1 and the K2 with 2 DS-160s and 2 visa fees. And remember, there's no charge for the DS-160. It's free. There's no charge for the DS-160. It's totally free. Now, let me stick my head out the door and see what's going on with Karina. See where she is. You got to see me. I'm going to check right here and see what she's doing. 1 second. You can still see me, right? I'm right here. Karina, ¿dónde? Vamos. Okay, she's just finishing up. She gave me the hand salute. She's like, wait, espera. Yava. It's in Venezuela, when they say wait, they say yava. Yava. In Colombia, when they say wait, they say espera. So 2 South American countries with 2 different ways of saying things. You know, in Venezuela, they got a different word for flip-flops than they have in Colombia. It's interesting. But I learned a lot when I living in Colombia for 2.5 years, engaged to a Venezuelan. I learned about Venezuela. I learned about Colombia. And this channel is the K1 Visa channel for you. You just got to ask me questions so I can answer your questions. Francois Livingston, you got your RFE back in the hands of USCIS. They're reviewing it. You went and did a lot of work. You put together a lot of work in that RFE, and now, from in my opinion, in my experience, you will get your NOA2 letter. Priyanka Srinivas, hello Diego and Karina. Now Priyanka lives in Alabama, and it's interesting. She lives in Alabama. She got married in Kansas, lives in Alabama. And Priyanka had to send her green card application to Phoenix, Arizona. I live south of the border in Florida with Karina. I live just down the road from Priyanka. And we had to send our green card application, well, not ours, Karina. Karina had to send her green card application to Chicago. So go figure. Larry Piercy, Diego, I'm going to call a lawyer or will compensate you, prefer you. Why would you call an immigration lawyer on something that's so easy? Or an immigration attorney isn't going to speed up the process any quicker than I can. He'll take your money. An immigration attorney is going to take your money. Okay, he'll take your money. Okay, I do this for free. The process is the same. The time's not going to change. If you hire an immigration attorney, nothing's going to change except you're going to be losing money. Doesn't speed up the process a minute or a second. Let me see. Francois, I think I got carpal tunnel from too much writing, Diego. No, carpal tunnel. You just got sore fingers because you put together a fantastic RFE response to immigration. You did fantastic. You're going to get your NOA2 letter. You just got to wait now. You're in the line. You're in the queue. USIS have got it. And they're going to look at it. They're not going to make you wait too long. They're not going to make you wait too long, okay, Francois? Trust me. They know you've waited long enough and you've had to go through all this other paperwork. And because you did so much work, they're going to process it for you quick. And Priyanka's talking to Tina. Larry needs to cool down. Well, it is almost 80 degrees here in the Panhandle of Florida. I would say it would be good to cool down. Hannah. Hi, Diego. For the medical exam K1 before his visa interview, I made it, but I did not take the vaccines because the doctor informed me it is optional and not mandatory. That's correct. But the vaccines are mandatory for the green card. You don't have to have all your vaccinations completed to leave whatever country it is you live in. Philippines, Iraq, Colombia, India, the beautiful Philippines, Pakistan, wherever you live. You don't have to have all your vaccinations completed, but it's better if you do. Okay, it's cheaper to get them done overseas. Like Karina, we got all of her vaccinations done in Bogota, and it took, we did it over a 5-month period, and it was $400. If I'd have done the same thing here in Florida, it would have cost me close to $1,400 bucks. Mm-hmm. Yes, Karina. Say hello in Tokyo. Say hey, Karina is in the house with our cat. Well, Karina's cat. Karina's cat. He just puts up with me. That's all. Let's see. So Hannah, it's not mandatory. Relax. But it's cheaper to get them done overseas. But when you get to America, Hannah, when you all get married and you file for the green card, number one, repeat the medical exam with a civil surgeon in your city or town where you live in the United States. Just repeat the medical exam and get the vaccinations up to date before you file for the green card. And have the civil surgeons check in the United States that the vaccinations are up to date. They're good for green card, okay? Otherwise, you're going to get an RFE. It's going to slow down the process. Let's see. S-Bay, will the ready status be sent via email? Yes, it will actually be in your SEAC account. Larry Piercy, 4 OKs. Why only 4 OKs? Why not 5? You went okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's 5 OKs. Okay. Why not 6 OKs? Francois Livingston, I trust you, Francois. I've been through this mud mess before, okay? 9 years of experience with K1s. You're going to be all right. Devil Dog Z, K1 visa got approved yesterday. Amigo more, por favor, Mountain Dew para aprovado. I forgot the Mountain Dew, okay? So Karina's going to go get my Mountain Dew so I can give everybody Mountain Dew salutes for their approvals. Francois, welcome, Karina. Wait a second. Jay Baxter, congrats, Devil Dog. Paulino Gomez, I went for the K1 interview in Rio de Janeiro, and I got a 221G because they want my fiance's late husband original death certificate. She sent it to the Rio de Janeiro ASC, and it was delivered last week. Okay, so now you're just waiting for them to get it and adjudicate it. Are you still in Rio de Janeiro? Paulino, are you in Rio? Where are you? Are you close to the embassy? Can you make a trip to the embassy and ask them if they received the paperwork? Thank you, mi amor. Gracias, mi amor. Okay, we're going to give some Mountain Dew salutes to some people. We got Devil Dogsy. We got Francois Livingston got our RFE back in the queue. We got folks getting their K1 visas approved. And we've got folks getting their green cards. Let's see. Larry Piercy. Okay. All right. Priyanka to Tina. Thank you for your message. Do you mind me asking what the RFE is about? Priyanka, thank you in advance. Tina. Tina, it means request for further evidence. They were requesting my husband to do another medical exam. Right. When you file for your green card, listen up, guys. Listen up. Pay attention. Class, pay attention. When you get to America, you're going to file for your green card within about 60 days. Give it about 50 to 60 days to get all your stuff together so you have a strong green card application. Make sure you redo the medical exam with a civil surgeon that's in your city that's authorized to do green card exams, medical exams, and get all your vaccinations signed off on a new 693. Put the brand new medical exam in a white, it's going to be in an envelope, sealed, white envelope probably. Put it in your green card application. Lots of people, I'm telling you, lots of people are getting requests for further evidence. Where's your medical exam? Donde? Where's your medical exam? Well, I got it in I did it in Bogota. It's still good. Okay, you got it in Bogota. Where is it? Well, I don't have it. Well, where is it? The Border Patrol took it. Well, they don't care. If the Border Patrol took it, they want to see it. So if you don't have one, if you don't have a medical exam, don't depend on the embassy to send it to Chicago or to Phoenix, Arizona. Just redo the thing, get it done, and resubmit it. Let me see. Camille 1, how was the food? How was the food, Karina? Karina, te gusta cena?
Sí, rico.
And she said it was very good. She says very, very delicious. Paulino, no, I'm in Sao Paulo. Okay, how far away is Sao Paulo from Rio de Janeiro? That's quite a long ways, right? There's quite a bit of distance between Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. Priyanka, thank you, Tina. Tuan Benson. Tuan, what's going on? Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Ross from Miami. Now, we were in Miami in January. We landed in Miami, and I got lost. I mean, seriously, how do you get lost in Miami? It's not difficult. I said, hey, Karina, I'm trying to find the interstate. So she said, give me your cell phone. So she took the cell phone, and she did her thing and found the interstate with the GPS. And she said, make a right, make a left. There's the interstate. I went, and Karina's in America for about 20 minutes. She's only been in the United States 20 minutes, and she's already given me directions on how to get my self and her out of Miami. But we made it. Tuan Benson, we got married on March 21st. So we give a big salute to Tuan for his marriage. Congratulations. And you're working on your adjustment of status. Well, I've made videos on the checklist for the adjustment of status. I made a video on a checklist. What do you need? Okay, what mustn't you forget in your green card application? Well, you mustn't forget the I-94, your marriage certificate, your approved NOA-2 letter, the K1 visa, a biographic page of your passport and your beneficiary's passport, pictures of the wedding, pictures of the honeymoon, pictures of when you were together in the dating scene, going through the whole process. Get your beneficiary on the electric bill, the water bill, the gas bill, everything bill. Put it on the deed to your car, or the title to your car, the deed to your house or your apartment. Make a strong green card application. The stronger your green card application, the chances are that you won't have to go through another visa interview with another scary visa interview. Okay, Tokyo, Tokyo, he wants to go out. Tokyo was trying to come in, our cat. Now he wants to go out. He's Colombian. He's a Colombian cat. Make sure you put together a strong green card application. Make sure you're on the bank. You got a joint bank account. Get her a Sam's Club card. Get her a BJ's Club card. Get her a library card for him. Okay? And include all this evidence in your green card package. So you get to the United States, you get married within what, 10 days, 2 weeks, and then you give yourself about a month to put all this package together and get your green card application sent off via UPS or FedEx or DHL before the 90 days, which is your I-94. Get your Social Security card. You get to America, get your I-94, get your passport, your K-1 visa, go down to the Social Security office and get your Social Security card. They'll mail it to you from Baltimore, Maryland. Let's see. Karina's going to get a handle on this. Francois Livingston. Good evening, Karina. Diego. Diego needs you next to him to keep him on track with all the questions because he doesn't have his glasses on. Francois. Karina understood you. Her English is fantastic. She's good. She understands. That's good. She's learning. David Petch. Hey, Diego, what is the latest date would you recommend to get married to your fiancé and have time to send off the paperwork? X day is 90. It's August 21st. So can we marry on the 16th and still submit papers? You got to get married within 90 days. You get a K-1 visa in your passport. You land in America. Your K-1 visa goes away. That doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Now you have an I-94, which is a Border Patrol arrival departure record. And the Border Patrol officer is giving you 90 days to get married. Okay? He's not giving you 90 days to submit your green card application. He or she is giving you 90 days to get married. If you don't get married within that 90-day window of time, you get deported, Mr. Beneficiary, Miss Beneficiary. So if you get married on day 89 of day 90, you're within status. If you get married on day 91, you're out of status and your green card will be rejected if you apply for it, if you got married past 90 days. So you get married within 90 days. Now, then you submit for the green card application. My recommendation is you get married you land in America, you get married within 2 weeks of landing in America. So you burned up 14 of your 90 days. And then you've got the rest of that I-94 to put your green card package application together, okay, and get it submitted within 90 days before the I-94 times out. Immigration will see that you are very diligent and you work very hard to put your green card package together. And they will more than likely, depending on how strong your green card package is, not submit you to another visa interview. Let me see. You can still submit the papers if you get married on the 16th of August and your I-94 times out on the 21st. Sure. But you better get married before the I-94 times out. Larry Piercy, Diego, do you have to ask Border Patrol for 693 or can they just use one of my 693s? The Border Patrol wouldn't have a clue as to what is a 693. They just take all your documents and that's the end of it. Okay? And if you open your mouth and ask for them to give you something back, they'll look at you square-eyed like, what's the problem? Don't do that. If the Border Patrol take everything, you let them have it. When you get to when you get to your hometown like Pensacola or wherever, you then repeat the medical exam. I took Karina to Pensacola and redid the medical exam. The Border Patrol took everything out of her bag. Her medical exam from Bogota, her vaccination records from Bogota, everything. But she had her original vaccination records with her. So I took it to the doctor in Pensacola, and he redid the medical exam. He recertified her vaccination records. He put it in a sealed envelope on a 693. The doctor filled out the 693, or his secretary did, his administrative assistant, and then he signs off on it, and then he gives it back to you or she, and then you put it in your green card application. Okay? Now, there's some people saying, well, I don't need to repeat my medical exam. I already did it. Okay. Well, then submit your green card without it and wait for the RFE. And then Twan Benson just finished the physical, but they required a new COVID. Seriously. Okay. Well, they're just trying to make some money. Okay. That's just some dollars going in their pocket right there. Rambling Man Kayadan at St. Luke's in Manila put the medical exam on a disc. Do you think the immigration officer in the U.S. will take it? Yes. If the disc is in a packet that's sealed by the embassy, the Border Patrol will take it. And then you got to redo it. But if you got your medical exam on a disc, you can't send that to immigration as proof of a medical exam because it's not on a 693, unless the 693 is on the disc. But USCIS do not accept discs. If you send a disc with your medical exam on it to USCIS in Chicago or Phoenix, they will throw it away, they will destroy it, and they will ask you for a paper a paper medical exam on a 693. Redone. Just redo it. Hannah, the I-129F approval petition is valid for 4 months. That's correct. If I did not have the visa interview before the expiration date of the petition approval, then it can be extended automatically by the consular. It's automatically extended by the consular when you send an email to the embassy or to the MVC. So send an email to the U.S. Embassy. Where is it? In Dubai? Where are you at? I can't remember where you're going to have the visa interview. I know you're in Iraq, right? And he's going to go to Dubai. Send the email to the embassy. Check in and say, hey, I'm just checking in. That the consular officer will then extend your NOA2 letter automatically. Karina's NOA2 letter expired in September of 2023. September 5th, something like that. But I sent an email to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota and to the MVC in August of 2023, just checking in with them. That extended her NOA2 letter. Karina's K1 visa interview in Bogota, Colombia was November 16th, 2023. Her NOA2 letter expired in September 5th. So it was no big deal. But you got to maintain contact with the embassy or the MVC. Then it gets automatically extended. S-Bay, what if the vaccinations are still good? Will the beneficiary still have to take the vaccinations? No. But you got to get the 693 signed off by the civil surgeon in the United States to say, yes, all the vaccinations are complete. Karina got all her vaccinations done in Bogota, Colombia from July through November of 2023. July, August, September, October, November. When she got to the United States, the first thing the doctor's administrative help emailed me, said, okay, Diego, I need Karina's vaccination shot records. She said, just take a picture with your phone and send it to me. So I emailed her with a phone PDF, a copy of Karina's vaccination records. Within an hour, she emailed me back and said, okay, Diego, Karina's vaccinations are all up to date and good for the green card application. Now all she needs to do is come in for her medical exam. So we jumped in the car. We drove to Pensacola. She had a medical exam. I was a translator for the doctor. The doctor signed off on a 693, put it in a sealed envelope, sealed the back, and said, here, Karina, here's your medical exam for the green card. Welcome to America. If everybody did that, there would be so many people would not be getting RFEs. And the vaccinations, S-Bay, the vaccinations are good. They're still good. You just got to prove you have them. You got to prove you have them. Larry, will give the doc to her. Larry, I'm going to translate your Marine speak, okay? The doctor in Pensacola will do the medical exam on your prometida from Thailand. He will sign her 693. He will sign her vaccination records as completed. He will put it in a sealed envelope, or his administrative assistant will. They will seal the back, initial it, and on the front of the letter it says, for USCIS only, do not open, medical exam. And then Karina's name was on it. I put it in a document protector and put it in Karina's green card application. Everything's good so far. Nothing wrong. We're all running along, just waiting. So the doctor will use the 693 form in Pensacola, Larry. The doctor in Pensacola will fill out the 693. He will sign it. He will sign off on the vaccination records, and create a document for immigration that you then put in your green card package. Okay? Tina, hello, Diego and Karina. I have a private question. How can I communicate with you privately? Well, I don't really have a way to do that. I really don't. I don't have time to do that. I really don't have the time to do that. Priyanka, I have completed medical and sent along with our adjustment of status along. Another question, 3 months of approval after biometrics. Well, you send in your green card application, and if they don't find any major problems with it, they'll send you a letter telling you the day, the time, and the location of your biometrics. Karina already went to her biometrics appointment. They received her green card application in Chicago. There was no problems. There was no errors. Everything was perfectly fine. And they sent her a letter to go get her biometrics in New Orleans, in Louisiana. So we jumped in the car and we made a road trip to Louisiana. We stopped off in Mississippi. We stopped off in Alabama. We spent the night in New Orleans and hung out and had basically a good dinner and everything. Biometrics was done. And then now we're just waiting on her green card. Well, her work permit first and then her green card. Let me see. So Priyanka is telling Tina she completed the medical exam and sent it along with the green card application. Very good, Priyanka. Paulino Gomez, yes, 6-hour ride or 1-hour flight from Sao Paulo to Rio de Janeiro. I figured it was a good ways. My K1 interview was all right. We are waiting now until they check the original document. They'll check it, but I have no idea how long it will take. It shouldn't take long. Send an email to the embassy in Rio de Janeiro. Check in with them. Say, hey, I'm just checking in. What's the status of my K1? I did everything you told me to do. Tell them, you say, I did everything you told me to do. Dear Honorable Immigration Officer, dear Honorable Consular Officer, I did everything you asked me to do. What's the status? What's the status? Crown Queen, the embassy is about to send my case to the wrong embassy. What do I do? You send an inquiry to the National Visa Center and tell them don't do that. Send an inquiry to the embassy with your NOA2 letter receipt number, your date of birth, your beneficiary's full name, date of birth, country of where your beneficiary lives, and tell the MVC, do not send. I think they're going to send it. If I remember, are they going to send it to South Africa? Is that the error? If I remember, they were going to send it to South Africa. But you got to contact the National Visa Center and stop them from sending it where you don't want them to send it. Tina, Diego and Karina, USCIS didn't request an interview for my husband, nor did I for the green card approval. No, that's great. You're good. I hear that they're waiving interviews. They're waiving interviews if your green card package is strong. If there's absolutely no doubt in the immigration officer's mind, they don't need to see you face to face because of the evidence that you put in the green card application. The evidence is what they're looking for. If you put in your green card application, you're a joint owner on your bank account. Your beneficiaries on the title to your car, the deed to your house, the deed to the apartment, the lease agreement. Your beneficiaries on the electric bill, the light bill, the water bill, the gas bill, the internet bill, the phone bill. That's what they're looking for, joint cohabitation. It may be hard to get a driver's license without a green card. In Florida, you cannot get a driver's license without your green card. So I couldn't get Karina her driver's license. Well, she's learning how to drive. She wouldn't have the time anyway. She's pretty much learned how to drive now. She's almost there. But when we lift the conditions off of her 2-year green card for her 10-year green card, that's when we're going to include her driver's license in that part. So Tina, you're doing good. Let me see here. Gopi Singh. Hi guys, my case was sent to the Mumbai embassy, and I've been trying for 2 months to get an interview date for my fiance. Does the embassy open up regular slots, or do I just wait for cancellations? You keep looking. You just keep looking for a cancellation or for a regular slot. Either or, it doesn't matter. As long as you get an interview, right? And you will get one. But like Thailand. India is busy too. Our good friends in India, it's a big country. The population of India is bigger than the population of communist China. There are more people in India than communist China. That's a lot of people, right? So it's a lot busy. The embassy, the consulate in Mumbai is busy. So just keep looking. You'll get there. You'll get it. Kamal Mariatti, K1 has been in ready status at the embassy since February, late February. When can we expect the interview? You're in ready status since late February. Have you paid the visa fee? Have you submitted the DS-160? Have you scheduled? You schedule the interview. Kamal, what country? When you get the ready status, you should be getting an email from the embassy giving you directions on how to schedule the visa interview. It's the packet 3, packet 4 email. Tina to Priyanka, my husband got approved with his EAD, had his biometrics, but we got an RFE for the I-485 because they asked for extra documents. It took 2 months after he got approved for green card. And CCB, hello Diego, and the beautiful Karina. My sister's green card is expiring in June. Can she renew the green card before applying for her citizenship? She has no choice. You have to renew your green card. If you go into a citizenship interview and your green card's expired, you ain't getting a U.S. citizenship. You got to have a current status in the United States. So you must renew the green card. Pony up the money, renew the green card. Because if you go into a citizenship interview with an expired green card, you are out of status. And you don't want that. That's not good. Larry Piercy, will they BP give you the name of the doc to see Navy talk? Will they BP? What is BP, Larry? I've been out of the Navy over 20 years. I retired in 2002. I can't remember half the Navy jargon. Priyanka, thank you, Diego and Karina, for explanation. No problem. And Priyanka, thank you, Tina, for your answers and patience. Hannah, if I did not take the vaccines with the medical exam before the K1 visa interview, it means that they have to make another new medical exam with the vaccines once I apply for the green card, right? That's correct. Once you get to the United States of America, Hannah, from beautiful Iraq, we love our friends in Iraq, you got to redo the medical exam. You got to have all your vaccinations up to date before you can get the green card, before you submit the green card. Crown Queen, okay, thank you, no problem. Francois, when the beneficiary has his or her physical 2 weeks before the interview, can the beneficiary ask for 2 copies to avoid redoing it in the U.S.? Yeah, absolutely. But if it's on a disc, it's no good. Karina, they gave her a second copy of her medical exam in Bogota, but it was just basically the chest X-ray on a disc. It was useless. Immigration gets a disc, they destroy it. They don't look at discs. If you can get a second paper copy of your medical exam in a sealed envelope, including the vaccinations, use that. Use that for the green card application. Tina, if you decide to get married and not go through with the K1, what should I do if it is at the MVC? You're in a K1 visa, it's at the National Visa Center, and you want to get married, you get married, the K1 visa becomes invalidated right away, immediately, and then you have to file for a spousal visa, which could take 1.5 years. So let me figure this out. Somebody has a K1 visa approved at the MVC level, right? And they get married, the K1 visa is invalidated. Then they got to file a spousal visa. They got to go to the back of the bus and start from the beginning with a spousal visa. You just added 2 years to your wait. And then you're going to have to explain why you didn't go through with the K1. I mean, seriously. Tina, do you want to see what I'm saying? If you decide to get married and not go through with the K1, what could I do if it is at the MVC? That's crazy. I mean, don't be offended, but that's not a good idea at all. If you are approved at the MVC already, I mean at the K1 level, and it's at the MVC, you just wait for the embassy for you to get the visa interview. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting another 2 years for the spousal visa. Diego and Karina, my husband was able to take the exam for the driver's license as long as you have the EAD card. Yeah, but the EAD card has a limited expiration date, and we use the documents from the bank since it has our address. Well, that's great. That's good. But look on his driver's license and see when it expires. That's good though. Annie Persod, good night, Mr. Diego and beautiful Karina. I already completed my DS-160. How can I create my profile in Guyana? You go into SEAC. The SEAC. You should have received an email. Now, Guyana is next to Venezuela, right? See? So you have to put up with Maduro. He's right next door to you. All right? You've already completed your DS-160. How can you create my profile? You do it in the SEAC account. Kamel Marayati. Yes, submitted the DS-160, paid the fee for the consular interview. The DS-160 is free in Morocco. Not sure why we haven't gotten an interview. Well, you have to go in and look for an open slot and schedule it. The embassy doesn't do it. You have to do it. Larry Piercy, Border Patrol. Oh, Border Patrol. I thought you were talking about blood pressure, BP. Will they give you the name of the doctor, or can you just get it from you? I'll give you the name of the doctor in Pensacola. I'll tell you who it is. I'll give it to you. I'll give you his name, his number, the email address to his administrative assistant, so you can get but get your beneficiary here first. When she gets here, I will help you schedule the medical exam for her in Pensacola. I'll hook you up. How about that? You can't beat that, right? I mean, I'm down to the last two bottles of Mountain Dew that you bought for us. The least I can do is help you get the medical exam scheduled for your Thai wife to be. And Francois, paper copy, of course. Thank you. There you go. Bud Garcia, go to the website on the Packet 3, Packet 4 email. There you go. It will show you where to go, and I think it has the names of the 2 places, Larry. That's for Thailand. In Thailand. That's the medical exam in Thailand. Larry's going to have to repeat the medical exam here in Pensacola, so he doesn't get an RFE on his green card application for his beautiful wife to be. Larry Piercy, all fees paid. DS-160 done, submitted, all paperwork done. Well, Larry. So you did all this on your own, right? You didn't pay an immigration attorney $3,000 to do this. You did it yourself, right? It wasn't so bad after all. Bud Garcia, okay, you are talking about when she gets here in the States. That's right, Bud. When you get to the United States of America, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, I don't care what country you're coming from, okay? You're in America. Get married within 90 days. Get the medical exam for your green card redone. Just redo it. Just make it a part of your budget, okay? Redo the medical exam by a civil surgeon that's authorized by the State Department to conduct medical exams for green card applications. Just redo it, recertify the vaccinations, get a brand new 693, and include it in your green card application. Lots of people are saying, I don't have to redo my medical exam. I already got it done 3 months ago in Manila, Philippines. I don't need to do it. You do need to redo it. Francois Livingston, man, look at that super chat. Francois, thank you, Francois. We appreciate it. How do I hit that thing right here? We appreciate that, Francois. You are a staunch supporter of this channel. I hear Tokyo is crying at the door like a little baby, and Karina's keeping me up to date here on questions. Bud Garcia, he will say, I'm holding him up again. Yeah, Larry. Larry and Bud are both Marines. They were both Marines. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Esme, can the beneficiary bring medical records to the K1 medical exam? First medical exam. If you have to bring your previous medical history with you. When Karina went to her medical exam in Bogota, she had her medical records from Venezuela and from Colombia, and the doctor just checked over him, and then he did his own medical exam. So the question is, can the beneficiary bring medical records to the K1 medical exam? Yeah, the doctor needs to see those. Francois, thank you, super chat. Mountain Dew salute to Francois for that super chat. Ooh. Annie Persort, do you have to pay to get your invoice ID? No, it's free. If you need to get your invoice ID number, send an inquiry to the National Visa Center. Be very nice and say, hello, honorable immigration officer. They love it when you call them honorable, okay? I'm just checking in. I appear to be missing my invoice ID number. Can you please send it to me so I can continue processing my K1 visa interview application? Because I need it. I already emailed the embassy about my invoice ID, but I'm waiting for a reply. There you go. When you email the embassy in an inquiry, make sure you identify yourself with your receipt number from your NOA2 letter, your full name, first name, middle name, last name, your date of birth, your passport number, and your country of origin, so they can find your case a lot quicker. And in the subject line, put your receipt number. So when the NVC receive your inquiry, they see the receipt number in the subject line. They can go straight to work without having to open up your case. And then they read your email and they know exactly what it is you're looking for. Annie Persert, thank you. No problem. That's why we're here. You know, it was Karina's idea to put this channel together for you guys. Okay. She was trying to keep me busy. I was in Colombia and I wasn't doing much. I was making videos about Colombia. I made some videos about Colombia and I posted that. They're on this channel, actually. You could probably find them if you get bored. Go check out some of the videos that we made exploring Colombia. Francois, I appreciate your guidance and support through this process. No problem, Francois. You got the RFE. It was a sucker punch. We know, okay, but you got through it because it wasn't really that bad of an issue. They just wanted some more info, and you more than provided that. So now you're just waiting on your NOA2 letter. Renika Kendall, good evening, Diego and Karina. Did you apply for an employment authorization for Karina or just the green card only? We applied for her employment authorization document and her green card. Now, the reason we applied for the employment authorization document isn't because she wants to go to work right away. I mean, she does want to, but it wasn't the reason. The reason was with her EAD card, she can then go back to the Social Security Administration downtown there and update her Social Security account from her maiden name to her married name. And then the Social Security Administration will then mail her a new Social Security card. Her number doesn't change, but she'll get a new Social Security card with her married name on it. And that's what she's going to do. That's why we applied for the EAD. But the employment authorization document now costs $265. So to me, it's a waste of time even worth applying for that. In my opinion now, all you should do is just apply for your green card. Don't even waste the money on the EAD document. Just wait for your green card. Bud Garcia, can you do an update video for Thailand? Sure, I can do that. This is your channel. I'll make a video about Thailand and processing times. Renika Kendo, okay, understood. Thank you as always. Not a problem. Applying for the employment authorization document right now costs $265. Don't waste your money. When I applied when I helped put Karina's package together, she applied for her EAD document, it was totally free. So now it's not. Now it's $200. Now, if we were applying for her green card today, we would just apply for the green card. We wouldn't waste our money on the EAD document. It's just, I would, just our opinion. Jay Baxter, sweet. I'm interested in the Thailand information as well. Thank you. Okay, so I'll make a Thailand update. So I don't have my notes here, but I'm going to write Thailand right here, and I'll know what I'm talking about. And Karina will remind me. Okay, she's my right arm. She controls. She knows computers better than I do. She was a tax accountant in Venezuela. She was the director of accounting for a big company. Fantastic. Director of accounting, making good money, and then the commies came in and destroyed her country. So she moved to Colombia. I don't blame her, but I'm glad she did, because it made it easy for me to date her, because we dated. I couldn't go to Colombia, to Venezuela and hang out with her. The Maduro thugs would put me in prison. But Karina was living in Bogota, so that's where we dated for a long time. Let me see here. Jay Baxter, yeah, I'll do that. Bud Garcia, so when my soon-to-be wife, when she gets her green card, can we go to Germany for a vacation? If you want, you can do that. Why not? Germany's beautiful. My brother was stationed in Germany in the Army. He was in the U.S. Army. He was stationed in Germany. I think it was for 2 years, I think. And he loved it. He bought himself a little runaround Mercedes. Now, I used to sell Mercedes-Benz and BMWs, and I used to sell Lincolns. And I just found out recently that he had bought a Mercedes when he was in Germany. I had no idea. I'm finding stuff out that I had no clue about him. So it was very interesting to learn. But Germany would be a great place to go, like go through Oktoberfest. I think October would be a good time to go to Germany. I don't know how much plane tickets will cost, because it's kind of a very popular time of the year, but that might be a fun thing to do. Like in Chevy Chase in European Vacation, maybe you can get to dance with a bunch of German Oktoberfest revelers. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour. It's Saturday night. If you got more questions for me, throw them my way. Give me some questions. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to go and eat a Kit Kat bar and relax. Bud Garcia, Oktoberfest is the end of September. Well, I don't know when. I have no idea when Oktoberfest is. I just know I remember watching it in European Vacation with Chevy Chase. And that was a funny movie. Okay, Priyanka gets the last word. Have a nice evening, Diego and Karina. Okay, guys, we will be back on Monday at 6 p.m. And I promise I won't be late this time. I was a bit late, 15 minutes, just a little bit. But it was, we were eating a good dinner. So we'll see you guys on Monday.